right. Hello, hello. Welcome to Tuesday. Whew. Cutting it close tonight. I got in the door like 6 minutes ago. All right, let's get the chat up on my phone. And let me do a little sound check for myself. Sound check. Perfect. Awesome. We're good. We're going to get started in just a minute. We are going to be working on triangle shapes and a couple triangle variations tonight. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff for our hamstrings. And if you have 2 blocks, those will likely come in handy. So let's tuck those up towards the top so they're ready when you need them. And an optional strap can be nice for our beginning section. If you have a strap or like a towel or anything, definitely optional. I'm not going to use a strap, but it can be really nice to have. And we'll get started in a momento. I haven't unpacked my work bag yet, and I left it sitting over there, which is probably a bad idea. The cats are going to unmercilessly attack it, so I'm going to tuck it into another room, and then we'll get started. Okay, work bag safely tucked away. Let's get going. All right, come find a comfortable spot on the back, and we'll get started. Coming all the way down on to the back. Stretch the legs out long. Let's take just 2 or 3 full breaths here. Grounding into your mat this evening. Maybe drawing some attention if there's any tension in the jaw or neck, trying to soften those areas. One more breath. Awesome. Let's bring the feet to plant now. And take the right leg up towards the sky. Awesome. Let's take a flex into that foot. Leg can be straight. It can have a soft bend. This is where you could optionally wrap a strap around that foot, or you can just hold on to wherever's comfortable on the leg. Awesome. With an inhale, we're going to start to bend into that knee, bringing it towards the outside of the torso. And with an exhale, drive that heel up towards the sky, extending the leg. We're doing a little leg press here. Inhaling to bend. Exhaling to push away. The strap can be nice here to have a little resistance, but definitely not necessary. Let's take 2 more. And then pausing at the top. You can keep that foot flexed or take a point. And maybe drawing the leg a little closer, starting to find some length through the back of the hamstring, the back of the leg here. Take 2 more full breaths. Great, then we'll release that right leg down. Taking that right over to the other side, left leg sends up, flex the foot. Adding that strap if you'd like, or you can just lightly hold on to the leg wherever's comfortable. Inhaling to bend the knee, send it towards the outside of the torso. Exhaling to drive it up, heel up towards the sky. Great, take a few more of these little leg presses. Feeling the leg nice and strong as you extend. Last 2. And last one. Pause at the top there. Great. Let's take a couple more breaths with this extended leg. Maybe the exhales draw it a little closer. Finding length through your hamstring. Great. Take one more full breath. And then releasing that leg. Great. Give the knees a hug in. And let's take a rock up to a seat. Awesome. We're going to come all the way up to a seated pike. So let's stretch the legs out long here. Great. Find a soft bend. Take an inhale, lengthen out through the spine. And with an exhale, hinging forward to fold. You can bend the knees as much as you like here. Trying to think about belly towards the thighs. Great. Take two more breaths. Maybe letting the spine gently round now. And then let's slowly rise all the way back up to a nice tall seat here. Pull that right knee into a bit of a deeper bend. So we can take the left hand towards the inside of the foot. Awesome. Let's take that leg and lift it up. You can keep it bent or you could gently extend as much as feels comfortable while keeping that left shoulder still plugged into the socket. Awesome. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, backstroke, opening out to a twist. Awesome. You can keep the arm lifted or take the fingertips down to the ground. Great. Let the next inhale, let's take that back to center and release that leg. Awesome. We're going to try that on the other side. Pull the left knee in. Right hand comes towards the left inside of the foot. Lifting it up, you can keep it in as much of a bend as you like when keeping that right shoulder plugged into the socket. Wow, I can't word tonight. Let's inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, backstroke, opening out to a twist. The fingertips can come all the way down. Sitting tall through the spine. Great. With the next inhale, turning back to center and gently release that leg. Let's bring the feet up to a bend. Take a few windshield wipers left and right. Wiggle out through the hips. Ooh, big crack, big crack. All right, and then we're stopping on either side. Let the legs tuck all the way off to come forward to your tabletop position. We'll combine all fours, hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's take a couple cat-cows here, inhaling to reach the heart forward, exhaling to push the ground away, contracting. Great, take a few here, moving with your breath, starting to find some movement through the spine. And then slowly bringing that all the way back to neutral. Great. With an inhale, let's reach the right arm up to the sky, opening to the right side. And exhaling to thread. Right arm under the left, right ear comes down towards mat or block. Great. Take two breaths here, making sure the head doesn't feel too crunched up. You can always give it a little wiggle forward in this shape. With the next inhale to rise all the way back up, reaching the right arm, pausing. Right toes tucked to extend back through the leg. Come to the inner arch of the foot and pivoting on the left knee to take that foot just off the mat to find a modified side plank. With an inhale to take the right arm up along the ear, lengthening through the side body. And exhaling to rise up, stacking shoulders over hips, arms come out to a T. Turning the right toes to face away from you here. With an inhale, bend into that right knee, sinking the hips down, finding like a grounded warrior two. All right, take a full breath. And with the next inhale to rise back up through that leg, re-straightening and starting to shift forward like someone's pulling on your right hand. With an exhale, bringing right hand to the inside of the leg, left arm up high, and gate pose. This is kind of like a grounded version of Trikonasana or triangle. Take one more full breath. And with the next inhale, take it all the way back up, pivoting the hands back towards the top of the mat, and gently step it back into a tabletop. So let's try that on the other side, inhaling the left arm up. Exhaling to thread, left arm under the right, left ear comes down. All right, take a couple breaths here, gently rotating through the spine. And with the next inhale, to rise all the way back up, left arm reaches, pausing. Left toes tucked to extend back through the leg, coming to inner arch of the foot, and pivot on the right knee to modified side plank. Inhale, take the left arm up along the ear, lengthening the side body. And exhaling to rise up, stacking shoulders over hips. Turning the left toes to face away. And start to bend into the left knee, sinking the hips down, finding your grounded warrior two. Great, take a full breath here one more time. And then let's rise back up, straightening through the left leg. With the next inhale, shifting like someone's pulling on your left hand. And exhaling, left hand to inside of leg, right arm up high, gate pose. You can always grab a block for underneath that left hand here too. Great, right arm reaching up to the sky. Take one more full breath. And then let's rise all the way back up, pivoting the hands all the way back to plant towards the top and gently adjusting back to your tabletop. Awesome. From your tabletop, let's gently come back to sit on the heels, finding a kneeling shape. You're going to do some little camel sweeps and open up the front of the hips here. So you can use a block if you'd like, or two blocks, taking them to either side by the feet here. Our right hand is going to come down towards the block by the right side. Take a breath in. And with an exhale, start to pick the hips up, sweeping the left arm up towards the sky, pressing the hips forward. Awesome. Taking that back down, we'll take it over to the other side. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, press the hips up any amount, opening through the front line. Awesome. Take a couple of these gentle sweeps side to side. Finding some space through the front line, opening up the hips. This is going to help us with our fallen triangle when we come to that one later, which is one of my favorite variations. But it involves a very similar motion of pressing the hips forward. Think about tucking the tailbone here, so we're trying to lengthen through the low back, lifting the spine. Let's take one more to each side. Great, finishing off that last one, relax the hips down and tuck those blocks back up towards the top. Coming back to a tabletop position with an inhale, send the right leg back, lift. Exhale, pulls knee to nose, step it through, low lunge. You can use your blocks under the hands here if you'd like. Tuck the tailbone, send the hips down, open up. And with an exhale, pull it back, hamstring stretch, lengthening through the right leg, finding a flex into the foot. So I'm inhaling that forward, tuck the back toes to lift the knee. And let's step it right up to a chair, left foot steps up. And inhale, take the hands to heart center. So with an exhale, let's take a twist to the right side, turning to the right, bringing that left elbow towards the right thigh. You can always stack a block on the lap here as well. So let's take that to the other side, inhaling through center, exhaling to twist to the left. Great, let's inhale that back to center. And with an exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhaling to rise all the way up, reach the arms, hug the left knee in. With an exhale, step back to a high crescent lunge, stepping the left foot back, hips facing forward, gentle tuck of the tailbone. So we're gonna set up for our first triangle pose. So let's start to backstroke the left arm, opening up to your warrior two. Arms reach out to a T, left toes turn to face the long edge of the mat here. Gazing towards the right hand and straighten through the right leg. Awesome. Setting up for our first triangle, bump the hips over to the left. And we're going to start to shift like someone's pulling on the right hand. With an exhale, hinging forward to bring right hand to the inside of the leg, left arm up to the sky. Trikonasana. You can always grab a block for under that right hand as well. Great, take one more breath here. Great, from here, let's start to re-bend into that front knee, pivoting on the back foot to turn back into our low lunge and step it back to your plank and down to tabletop. Let's try that on the other side, inhaling the left leg back. Exhale, pull it in, left foot steps through, low lunge. Tucking the tailbone, send the hips down. And exhale, pulls it back, hamstring stretch. Inhaling that back forward, back toes tucked to lift the knee, step it up to a chair. Inhale, take the hands to heart center. And with an exhale, twisting to the left. Great, let's take that back through center. And exhale to the right. Great, inhale it back to center. Exhale, maybe you sit a little deeper in your chair. Inhaling to rise all the way up, reach the arms, hug the right knee in. Exhale, step that right leg back, high crescent. Awesome, from your high crescent, let's backstroke the right arm, opening up to warrior two, pivoting on the right foot to turn the toes to the long edge. Right away, straightening through the left leg, setting up for Trikonasana. So bump the hips over to the right. So we're shifting the hips off center here and starting to shift like someone's pulling on the left hand. With an exhale, let's bring the left hand down, right arm up. Left hand can come to mat, take a press against the leg. You could also bring one of your blocks here. Great, you can take the gaze wherever feels good for the neck. You could be looking down to the mat, straight ahead, or up to the sky. All right, let's start to re-bend into that front knee, pivot on the back foot to turn into a low lunge. Stepping back to a plank, and let's take the hips back to our first downward facing dog. All right, pushing the ground away here. You can find a little pedal through the feet for a moment. We'll take just 2 or 3 more breaths here. Any gentle movements. from your plank, start to rise up on the toes and shift forward, or from your down dog, shift forward to a plank. So we're gonna set up for a fallen triangle pose here. So start to pull the right knee towards the left tricep. Awesome, let's try and extend that right leg all the way out to the left side. Really grounding down through that right shoulder, reach the left arm up. Squeeze the glutes, pressing the hips up towards the sky, just like we did in that camel sweep. Awesome, we're here for 3, here for 2, and 1. Let's take that left hand all the way back down, take that right leg back to our plank, and then pull it into step between the hands. Inhaling to rise all the way up to a high crescent lunge. And with an exhale, backstroke the left arm, opening out to warrior 2. Right away, straightening through the right leg, flip the right palm to the sky. With an exhale, let's reach forward, up and back, reverse Trikonasana. Left hand could slide down the left leg. Again, squeezing the glutes here, lengthening through the side body. Let's inhale, take that all the way back up, arms to a T. Shifting forward, bumping the hips to the left. Exhaling into Trikonasana. Right hand down, left arm up high. All right, let's inhale, rise all the way back up, arms to a T. And our back foot that's turned to the long edge, let's turn it to more of a 45-degree angle, cutting that in half so we can turn the hips to face towards the front of the mat. I like to gently shorten my stance here as well. So we're setting up for our revolved Trikonasana now. So inhaling, reach the arms up. And with an exhale, let's hinge forward over that front leg. You can grab onto your blocks if you'd like here. Great, and then to revolve this into a twist, taking the right hand to the right shoulder. Take an inhale. Exhale to peel that shoulder open to the right side of the room, finding that twist, maybe reaching that arm up to the sky. And this is a really big twist. And again, the neck can be wherever is comfortable for you to gaze. Great, start to find a soft bend into that front leg. And drag the left leg up, finding a forward fold, softening into a fold. Inhaling to lengthen out, halfway lift. And exhaling to fold, plant the hands, step it back to a plank, push the hips back, downward facing dog. Great, take one more full breath here. And then rising up onto the toes, let's shift it forward to a plank. From here, start to drag the left knee up towards the right tricep. And maybe extending that leg out. Awesome, really push the ground away here, grounding down through the left shoulder. And if you feel comfortable, right arm can reach up. Squeeze the glutes, pressing the hips up towards the sky. Fallen triangle. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that right hand all the way back down. Drag the left leg back to a plank. And then pull it in to step between the hands. Inhaling all the way up to a high crescent lunge. And exhale, backstrokes the right arm, opening up warrior 2. Inhale to straighten through the left leg, flip the left palm to sky. And with an exhale, reach forward, up and back, reverse Trikonasana. Right hand can slide down the leg. Great, really thinking about lifting and reaching through that side body. Let's inhale that back up, arms to a T. Bumping the hips over to the right, shifting like someone's pulling on the left hand. Exhale, left hand inside of leg, right arm up high. Trikonasana. Great, take one more full breath. And then let's rise all the way back up. Adjusting this back foot now to turn it to more of a 45-degree angle and take a little step in to shorten that stance. Turn the hips to face towards the front of the mat. So let's inhale, reach the arms up. And with an exhale, starting to hinge forward and fold, bringing hands either towards the ground or to blocks to the either side of that front foot. Awesome. Taking that left hand to the shoulder, take a breath in. And exhale, peel it open to the left side of the room, maybe reaching that arm up to find your revolved trikonasana, setting up in that twist. Great, take 2 more deep breaths here. And then starting to rebend into that front knee. So we can step back to a plank and take the knees down. Awesome, let's take toes together, knees wide, and send the hips back to a child's pose. Hands can walk forward, forehead can melt down. We may take 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly starting to walk the hands back in towards you, coming into a comfortable kneel. You could also take a crisscross applesauce here if kneeling doesn't feel great on your knees. We'll just wrap up with a little neck roll, letting the right ear fall to the shoulder, rolling chin to chest, and left ear to shoulder. Taking a couple slow half circles here. Gently moving through the neck. Great, next time right ear is to shoulder, you can pause there, staying still or maybe draping the right arm up over the head, not pulling down, but just letting it rest there. And maybe even flexing that left hand away. Great, slowly remove that top arm and take it over to the other side, left ear to shoulder. Staying here or draping that arm up over the head and flexing the right hand away. Great, take one more breath. And then slowly releasing. Let's bring the head all the way back to neutral. Let the hands fall wherever is comfortable. And take 2 or 3 full breaths here. Feeling the chest rise with the inhale. And shoulders soften down with the exhale. Great, and finishing off those last couple breaths. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I am tired. Let's see. Oops. All right. Thanks for being here. Coming up the rest of this week, we have hip to be square, which is going to be a split leg focused flow. We'll revisit a lot of similar shapes to tonight, triangles and whatnot. That is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. And if you couldn't tell by the title, hip to be square, we're going to be moving to the American Psycho soundtrack. Very fitting. And then on Thursday, we have Pilates at 6 p.m. as every week. So thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, please do check out the link below for Patreon, where we have multiple live classes per week. There are, I think there's like 200 recordings on there now. There are so many recorded classes. And yeah, it's a really good time. There's options to support just the content I make here on YouTube, options to get just the recorded classes, and join live. All right. Yay! Thank you, Leanne. I'm excited for it too. All right, that's all for tonight. I am starving. So, time for me to go eat. Have an awesome rest of your day. See you guys on YouTube next Tuesday.